Well, let's move on now and talk about some international relations. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj arrived in Beijing in China late last night for a 4-day visit, during which she will also meet Chinese President Xi Jinping. Swaraj is accompanied by the newly appointed Foreign Secretary S Jaishankar. The trip comes within a week of US President Barack Obama's 3-day visit to New Delhi, a visit that had Beijing fuming over the references to South China Sea in the joint statement by Modi and Obama. Sushma began her trip on a conciliatory note, pledging to make it easier for Chinese companies to do business in India. But she made it clear at an India-China media forum in Beijing that India expected a similar sort of encouragement for its companies to expand their businesses in China. Swaraj also said that the Modi government was committed to exploring an earlier settlement of the long-running boundary issue, saying that ensuring peace was a prerequisite for further development of relationship. The two sides are exploring the possibility of a visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi later this year. Deputy Editor Smita Sharma is with us on this story. Smita, Sushma Swaraj has clearly gone to China in a bid to placate it after President Obama's visit to India. She's already offered an easy business route for Chinese companies. What else is India planning to offer China for the relationship to be strengthened, perhaps in view of the US President's visit to India?
You know, Maha, as of today, it is really economics and trade which is driving the Sino-India relationship. But the big question here is of the trust deficit that both countries are working towards, to try and bridge this gap, really the perception gap, also the gaps that exist, of course, on the ground, that long-standing boundary dispute that Sushma Swaraj, while addressing the second India-China media forum, stressed that her government, of course, is committed to resolving this boundary issue at the earliest. The 2-3 issues, Maha. Remember, when Barack Obama was here, we saw all those pictures of Barack Obama making that state visit for the first time, an American president out in the open, witnessing that Republic Day celebrations for over 2 hours, and the strategic vision document released, which talks for the first time that India and US actually would work together as far as maritime security issues are concerned. We saw the strong reactions coming from Beijing, where they said as far as South China Sea issues are concerned, the resolution should be simply left to countries that are directly involved, that are stakeholders there. So here, we are expecting Narendra Modi to be visiting China, in fact, in the next 3 to 4 months this year itself. So Sushma Swaraj would also be really laying the ground there for that big visit that we are looking forward to, where Modi knows that China has been his friend, even when the US had put a visa ban on him. But there are considerable Chinese investments in Gujarat. So he will take forward that relationship, and that is what we see Sushma Swaraj doing at the moment in Beijing.
Smita Sharma, many thanks for joining us with those details.